What's going on, guys? We have a playoff best ball draft that I'm about to enter right now. As promised, we'll be doing these one a day until the playoffs begin on, I think, January 11th. So got about 1 minute until the draft starts here. Just wanted to give you guys some thoughts on overall strategy here. If we look at the NFL standings today, if the season were to end today, we would have the Chiefs in first, followed by the Bills, Ravens, Texans, Steelers, Chargers, and Broncos. We're looking for the final team to move on here in the AFC. And as far as the NFC, everyone is pretty much clinched except for the Tampa Bay Bucks or the Atlanta Falcons. So as of right now, the teams that have byes are the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings, but Detroit does play the 49ers tonight. We'll see what it looks like when they roll out the rosters, see if Detroit's playing with a full team. I would expect that they are, knowing Dan Campbell. Pretty aggressive, and I'm sure that they want that number one seed because they actually play Minnesota the final week of the regular season. So, one thing I see people doing a lot is drafting players from teams that are the number one seed, meaning, the first week of playoff best ball, they're not going to get any points from those players. So you got to make up for that difference somewhere else. To me, in terms of quarterbacks, it seems like there's really three teams out of the AFC I'm convinced that can move on, and obviously that's the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens. In the NFC, I think there's four teams viable. If I had to rank them, it would probably be the Lions, Eagles, Vikings, and then Rams. So any of those quarterbacks will do there. So yeah, interesting to see here if the season ended today. The Ravens would draw the Chargers. Not sure what points look like there. The Eagles would draw the Commanders, who have a pretty weak run defense, so I'm going to go with Barkley here to start. I like with Barkley, the Eagles are already locked in at the 2 seed, so we know that if they do make a run, you'll get a lot of points there from the Eagles. And if I do want to bring it back with players in the AFC, which you probably should, I'm going to be taking my stabs at the Chiefs. They are just getting right, and they're getting hot at the right time. Unfortunately, it seems like we're destined to see them in another Super Bowl. I know a lot of people are getting frustrated with that, and they want to see a different team, but their offense is really coming together. Xavier Worthy has been putting up some numbers the past few weeks. Travis Kelce had a good week last week. He's getting open, just not getting the fantasy points. So it's going to be really hard not to pick any Chiefs players here. But, seeing that they do have a first round bye, you do need to make up those points elsewhere. So we'll see what falls to me at pick 11. I do lean towards the Chiefs here, but we'll see where we land. Based on the playoff trajectory right now, it looks like the Vikings and Lions might play each other in round 2, so there's definitely a lot of points to be had there. All right, we've got 2 picks until I'm up. A.J. Brown here would be nice. Get a little Eagle stack going, and then I might run that. Okay, I think I'm going to pull the trigger there. I will take A.J. Brown. Get another whiteout with a lot of points there. I would have liked to see Patrick Mahomes there. That drafter went double quarterback, so Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. It's an interesting start to the draft there. And Travis Kelce, that's, why wouldn't you at that point? So it looks like Xavier Worthy's draft stock has really shot up the charts over the past couple weeks. But, oh man, this is tough. I could just go full on Eagles onslaught, which I think I will here. So I'll start with Barkley, Brown, Devonta Smith. So it doesn't look like I'll get a quarterback that has Super Bowl potential here. I could try and go grab Sam Darnold but we don't really have any AFC pieces here yet. So I might go Darnold and then try to grab Herbert later as a strategy to get some points and try to sneak a team into the Super Bowl. The Vikings can do it. Um, it's a tough path, but it's definitely not out of the realm of possibilities. I also might have to take a stab here at Puka Nakua. Um, yeah, he's. I think they'll get out of the first round alive. Um, and he is the priority in that Rams offense. So if they're going to score points, it's going to go through him. Xavier Worthy was a nice pick there. I kind of missed that. But I think we'll go Sam Darnold here just to get a quarterback with some Super Bowl potential. And I'm okay with that start. So we have Darnold, Barkley, Brown, Smith, Puka, all guys playing in round one. If we're looking at the board here, this guy, Mahomes won't be playing, Kelsey won't be playing, Worthy won't be playing, Laporta might not be playing. This team could potentially be cooked already, which is nice for me. Now it seems like I pretty much have a 1 in 5 chance. Same thing with this team. If the Lions get a first round bye, this guy has 4 players that aren't going to be going. Here we have Hurts, Cook, Shakir. I like the Bills, but I just don't like the way that Joe Brady runs that offense. It's very spread out. It runs through Allen and James Cook. It's really hard to project which receiver is going to have a big game. I'm not saying completely fade the Bills, but I do like leaning towards offenses that are a little more consolidated and you can project where the ball is going, and also teams that obviously are Super Bowl hopefuls here. So let's see what's wrapping back around to us here. I'm going to go with Hawkinson. Seems to be getting a little more targets here, and it'd be nice to have somebody on the Vikings. And now I'm kind of running myself into a corner here with no AFC pieces. So let's see. Maybe I can get Hollywood Brown there. Nope, he goes. I'm okay taking Vlad McConkey here. I would really like to see Los Angeles get into that number 5 spot. The Steelers have been falling, and they actually played the Bengals, who are going to be very aggressive, trying to get into that last playoff spot. So I like McConkey's matchup against the Texans there. And there's our one AFC piece. If Los Angeles does move on, obviously they would play the Chiefs in the next round, which would probably be a loss to them. But if they score points, what does it matter? I just want to get to that final round. That's the goal here, and really the goal is to get out of the first round. The Bengals are really making it interesting. I thought that they were an absolute long shot to get in, but it seems like all of the right things are happening where they might be able to sneak into that last playoff spot. The Broncos and the Chiefs play each other the last week. Since the Chiefs already have a bye, I would assume that they're going to rest their starters. Why risk anything? There's really nothing to gain for them, which makes the path for the Broncos a little easier to lock up that last playoff spot. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Man, the Bucks are really making some noise. Anyone who plays best ball knows that. Sorry, I have to pause here. D-Hop has been playing like 50% of the snaps. Maybe that changes in the playoffs. Maybe they're pulling back on the playbook here a little bit. I definitely think I need to take some stabs at some Chiefs pieces here, so I'll start with DeAndre Hopkins. So we have 4 slots left. I'm very happy with how this team has been playing out so far. If Kareem Hunt's there, I'm definitely going to go with him. Nope. Okay. I do like the way J.K. Dobbins has been looking. Cooper Kupp is also really hard to pass on at this price. Kind of mitigates the risk of Puka not having the big week. If he doesn't, then maybe Cooper Kupp does, or maybe neither of them do. So I'll take Cooper Kupp here. So it's really looking like an NFC build here. Um, Potential for guys to be playing round two and also in the Super Bowl. I don't have any Lions pieces, which is it's okay. It's not ideal, but if the Lions don't make it to the Super Bowl, then it gives me a ton of leverage. Um, and if the Lions don't make the Super Bowl, that means the Vikings are potentially playing for a Super Bowl in the NFC Championship, which is hitting all the screws here. So again, I'm really my priority here is to make it out of round one, so I can live to see round two and round three. And if we make it to the final round, then you know we did our job. Now tight end is looking a little thin here. Um, let's see what Noah Gray has done. I have a hard time picking Noah Gray. Zach Ertz had a big week. I think he might be my last round dart throw there. Um, it's really just a round one points grab. I don't project the Commanders getting out of round one. If the season ended today, they would draw the Rams. So I would be getting some players moving on out of that Rams Commanders game. All right, I'm happy with J.K. Dobbins here. Is Jaden Daniels still around? No. All right, so we're going to go with Herbert as our second quarterback, and we'll see if we can grab Zach Ertz on the way back. If I wasn't so deep at wide receiver, I would definitely take a shot at Jalen McMillan. He's been putting up a lot of points lately. Seems like he's acclimated to that Bucs offense. But I think we'll just take Herbert here as our QB2. And then maybe we can pair him with like Quentin Johnston. Let's see if the Chargers again would play. If the season ended today, they would play the Ravens, which is a friendly environment for passing. The Ravens have gotten better defensively, but you know that they're going to be scoring points. But it could also be the case where they play Houston. Either way, I want to get guys who are priorities in the offense and get some points for round one. One interesting guy on the Vikings, he had a big game last night, was Naylor. Was he actually drafted? All right, coming up on our last pick here. In terms of wideouts, let's see how our construction's looking. We have 2-2-6-1. We can either take a player that might be advancing or a player who will get us points in round one. If Zach Ertz is not there. Whatever, that was a panic pick. I had to take Josh. Tim Patrick. Not a priority in the Lions offense, but that's okay. All right, so let's review how the team shook out. We've got Barkley, Brown, Devontae Smith, Puka Nacua, Sam Darnold, TJ Hawkinson, McConkey, Hopkins, Cup, Dobbins. I could have taken Samaje Perine there. That would have been a smart move. But yeah, looking at our competition here, 2 quarterbacks, a few guys on bye. Actually, a lot of guys on bye. A guy that might not even be making the playoffs. This guy went for a. Looks like he might have made up some ground here with a buck sack. They've been scoring a lot of points lately, so not completely dead. I do like that strategy. This team looks good too. Yeah, did Aaron Jones get hurt? I saw Cam Akers getting a lot of playing time in yesterday's game. And then we have, it looks like a Eagles-Bills thing going on here. Jaden Daniels went there. Okay, Jamar Chase, it'd be nice if he could sneak in. This was the Zach Ertz drafter there. Jalen Naylor went. Is that his name? Jalen Naylor, yeah, that was right. Yeah, some productivity on limited targets. Yeah, I think this team has potential, definitely to advance, get out of round 1. Definitely some guys that are Super Bowl contenders. Might have missed on quarterback here, but that's okay. All we got to do is make it to the last round and get $500 minimum. So if you like this video, we'll be doing 1 a day until the playoffs start, trying to do some different builds. We'll see how the draft falls to us. And yeah, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel. My goal is to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year, not this year, the end of 2025. So every 100 subscribers, I will be giving away $20 PayPal. Just a little something to show appreciation for you guys sticking around and showing your support. So to be eligible for that, please subscribe and comment on a video, and then we'll do a drawing once we get to subscriber 100. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you back tomorrow for the next draft.